So let's finalize our JavaScript task. I still have some stuff to do, so remember when in the SAS task, when we needed to add a style for the admin and a style for the bundle, so we needed two files to compile. And to do that, we just, instead of a string, we added an array of paths in the source of the style task. So we need to do the same thing for the images, for the scripts. So we need to create an admin file. However, that's not gonna work in our case, and that's because the Webpack plugin just works differently than the SAS plugin. It only by default expects just one entry point, and by entry point I mean, you know, the file that you compile, that you include all the other files in. But there is a way to do it in the let's open the Webpack stream plugin again. There's a section here about multiple entry points, and there's a couple of solutions for it. I'm gonna use the second solution because it will let us add an array for the source, just like the what we did for the stars task. So we need to install another plugin called vinyl named. So let's do this now. NPM install -save -dev vinyl named. And while it's installing, let's see what we should do. We should include it. So import named from, and then before the Webpack pipe we should add a pipe called named, which is the library that we imported. Okay. And that's it. We're just specifying the output to be bundle.js here, but in this case we need it to be dynamic. So the vinyl name plugin will allow us to add here a placeholder of name, and that will be the name of the file in the array. And you'll see what I mean in a moment. So let's create a new file in the JS folder and call it admin. Okay, and let's just type any console log admin, and we have admin here in the array of files. So let's run our task gulp scripts, and now we have two bundles created. So in the dest folder, in the JS folder, we'll have admin console log admin and our bundle. Excellent. So let's now include the admin file in WordPress. So we'll do the same in QScript. Let's copy it, but now for the admin in QScript function. Oh, actually, we have a mistake here. The function should be admin assets. Alright, so let's add the WP in QScript, and let's change the handle admin script and the file name to admin.js. And we also, like the CSS, we should have a version here before the in-footer parameter. So let's add it. Alright. Let's now go to the WP admin, and we have our CSS and our admin in the console log. And just in case you're wondering what this version argument does, if we inspect or view the source of the page here, and we go to the footer where we have our script tag. We have after the URL, I'm gonna zoom in a little. So after the URL for the bundle.js, we have the version here. And if we change the version when we are enqueuing the script, this will force the browser to refetch this file if it's caching or something. So finally, for this task, we need to watch for changes like we did for the SAS task. So in the watch task, let's add another Gulp watch function, and we will need to watch for source and assets and JS and any files with a .js extension in this folder or in any subfolder in this folder. And if a change is detected, we will need to run the scripts task. So that's it. So we'll also have to add the scripts task here when we are building or developing. So for the dev and the build task, just add the scripts in the parallel scripts that we are running. So let's save this, and let's run gulp build in order to get rid of these old hashes. So gulp build. Now it should run the scripts task, and we're now having our admin and bundle files only. Let's also run dev in order to make sure the watch is working. So it's now watching, so let's change a JS file, and let's change the slider, let's change the number and save, and the scripts task ran here. And then let's also double check in the browser, we'll have the new number here. We still have one more thing we need to talk about for the scripts, so let's do it in the next lecture.